Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and we are reacting to the Goodreads Choice Awards. I was filming a different video and I needed to see what the next book in a certain series was. I opened up my Goodreads app and immediately it opened up to the vote in the opening round for the reader's favorite books of 2025, and I freaked out. You'll see it in the upcoming Spin a Series video, but now I just need to react. And I'm coming to you like this, nothing fancy, nothing perfect, but holy moly, we're gonna react to the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees. And I already see the first one. Oh, I should screen record here. There we go. I'll put it here. Okie dokie. I already see the first. It's Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Is this in the fiction category? What's happening? Oh, those are just nominees on my shelf. Okay. Vote in the opening round. First category is fiction. It's always general fiction, the first category. We have Wally Lamb, The River is Waiting. I haven't ever read Wally Lamb. I think I have one on my shelves by him. I know this much is true, but I don't even know about The River is Waiting. Wow, this Oyen Braithwaite just came out like a week ago or something, so that's nuts that it's on here. Cursed Daughters. Life and Death and Giants by Ron Rindo, never heard of it. The Correspondent by Virginia Evans, never heard of it. Jojo Moyes made it on here with We All Live Here. I don't know much about that one. I know Jojo Moyes, but I didn't know about this release. A Guardian and a Thief by Megha Majumdar. What We Can Know by Ian McEwan. The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny by Kieran Desai. Heart the Lover by Lily King. I expected that one to be on here. Lily King is kind of prolific, at least for her Writers and Lovers book. I feel like that book took the world by storm. So I'm not surprised that Heart the Lover is here. The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand is on here. That's interesting. Ocean Vuong I would have expected with The Emperor of Gladness. Also Ann Tyler I would have expected. She's a big author, and yeah, 3 Days in June is here. I have not enjoyed Ann Tyler in the past, so that is not what I'm interested in. These Summer Storms by Sarah McLean. Never heard of it. Here's one I've heard of, and if you have watched any of my Goodreads reaction videos in the past, you will know that the challenge I love to do for myself is read any of the books that are nominated that I own that I have not read. So I am seeing the first one, Wild Dark Shore, and it's literally right next to me because I had filmed my 5-star predictions video, and this was one of them. So this is on here. That'll be the first on my little TBR challenge for November, December. Haven't heard of this. People Like Us, my friends. That's probably going to be my vote. I loved My Friends by Frederick Bachman. Don't know anything about these next few. I've heard of them, but oh, The Girls Who Grew Big. Chloe read that one and really liked it. But the only one that's being added to my TBR, my challenge for myself, is Wild Dark Shore. Likely I will vote for My Friends, but I'm gonna not vote right now. I'll tell you what I will likely vote for, but I'm not actually going to cast any votes. Okay, next category, historical fiction. I don't know if I'll have read any of these either. I haven't read a lot of 2025 releases, I don't think. Maybe I have in the romance category, but not in historical fiction. Homeseeking, no. Buckeye, no. The Stolen Life of Colette Marceau, no. Junie, no. Secret Book Society, no. Do you like it when I say all of the titles? I don't know. Strangers in Time, no. Okay, here's the first one I've read, Good Dirt. It was okay. I liked Charmaine Wilkerson's other one better. The Book Club for Troublesome Women. I always say that title wrong because it makes me think of The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek. But I haven't read. Ooh, the only one I maybe am interested in is Broken Country. Oh, Atmosphere is on here for historical. Okay, I thought maybe it would be on here for. I didn't know. It kind of crosses genres with romance, historical, and like literary. I guess it's not literary, but I thought maybe just general fiction. But it's on here for historical. That will likely get my vote. But I don't own any that I haven't read on here. The only two I've read are Good Dirt and Atmosphere, which Atmosphere is probably going to get my vote. The other I'm interested in is the Fiona Davis. I really liked her as an author before, so I'd maybe pick up The Stolen Queen at some point, but okay. Next, we're going to Mystery and Thriller. I doubt that I've read any. Oh, yeah, okay. Holly Jackson, I expected her to be here. I definitely expected the Richard Osman to be on here, but I don't own that one yet. I wish I did, because I'd love to read it, but I don't own it yet. Let's see. The Widow, Famous Last Words. I knew Dan Brown would be on here. He's kind of a prolific author. The Crash by Frida McFadden. I'm curious as to what other Frida McFaddens will be on here. John Mars. Reese Witherspoon's book got on here. Interesting. Gone Before Goodbye. We've got Geneva Rose's second book in the Perfect Marriage, or I think that's what it's called, The Perfect Divorce. Vera Wong got on here. Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. I've read that one. I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. As far as all of these others, oh. I didn't realize this one came out this year. I own The Tenant by Frida McFadden. Where is she? Here she is. This is the next one going on my little challenge TBR here. Okay. But Frida has a third one with The Intruder. Frida. Oh, Frida. Lisa Jewell. I expected her to be here. And I've seen all of these others, but don't own them. Don't really have an inkling to read any of them. And probably my vote, well, except for the Richard Osman, but my vote would likely be for, at this point, Vera Wong, because that's the only one I've read. Okay, moving on. Romance. This is one hopefully I've read quite a few from. Nope. I'm just looking at the first few. The Gingerbread Bakery. No, I have not read. I didn't really like that series by Laurie Gilmore. I tried the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and it was just kind of mid. If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. Never even heard of it. The Windy City series number 5. Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. That's a series I haven't started or tried. Lakefront Billionaires by Lauren Asher. Haven't read. Carly Fortune is another author that I haven't tried. I don't know. These are all like super famous. I mean, yeah, famous romances, but I guess maybe I'm not into these kind of romances. Spiral by Bal Cabra. Never heard of it. I feel like, I don't know, it's a series. Off the Ice. Okay. Say You'll Remember Me. Abby Jimenez. I've read it. I will likely vote for that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Is Emily Henry's going to be on here for romance? Because, okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm word vomiting basically because I'm so excited. Okay. First Time Caller. Haven't read it. Story of My Life. Haven't read it. Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. That's a good one. That's a contender. The Favorites is on here for romance. I didn't expect that. I don't know where I expected it. Maybe more just like fiction. But okay, that might be my vote because that was 5 stars. Great Big Beautiful Life was also, that was a 4.5. Okay, for me. Big Bar on Steel, I read. And I liked. Gave it 4 stars. I haven't read Problematic Summer Romance. Oh, what do I do here, friends? Because I own Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. Where is it? I have my books all over the place right now. But I haven't read the second one yet. Here she is. I have a beautiful signed copy. But I haven't read the second one yet, so I can't read this one. I need to read them in order. So let me just like put this in the stack of ones that I own that are nominated, but maybe I would push myself to read the second and third one. I don't know. That's a push. Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Never heard of it. Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. Oh, I don't like Bryn Weaver. I don't like that serial killer romance stuff. No, not for me. Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I also own, but I haven't read Wild Eyes or Wild Love. I'll put it in the stack, but again, I'm not going to read it because I want to finish Chestnut Springs. I'm really close to finishing that. And then I'll start the Rose Hill series or whatever it is. Scythe and Sparrow. Again, there's that Brynn Weaver. She writes that serial killer romance. I didn't like it. It grossed me out. Okay, so of these, I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've read 5. And I think my vote will be for the favorites. Very interesting. That's a very interesting romance. And we kind of added 2 to the TBR. But I likely won't read them. Okay, let's go on to Romantasy. I probably haven't read any of these, but I might own some of them because I give in to the YouTube hype and the Romantasy hype, even though I haven't quite figured out what I like in Romantasy. And I'm already seeing Songbird and The Heart of Stone. I own it, but again, I haven't read the second one in the series. Here she is. One of my patrons bought this for me. Thanks, Tia. It's going on the TBR, but I'm not going to read it. I'm already telling you. What? Okay, I skipped past Bonds of Hercules. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping is on here. Yes, there is romance. Yes, there is fantasy elements. I would not call it a romantasy. How do you feel about that one? I don't know if it should be in here. I loved it, but I think it should just be in the romance category. Emily Wilde's, haven't read it. Mate by Allie Hazelwood is on here. I would like to read it. I haven't read it. Don't own it. Julie Soto's book, Accomplice to the Villain, is here. I would have expected that. I think all of the others in that series have been nominated. Direbound, I've heard good things. Oh no. Do I own that? Quick aside to the Kindle. I think I own Direbound. Woo! How do I see? Do I own this? Okay. No, I don't. I don't know where I thought that. I don't own it. I'm crazy. Oops. No, don't cancel recording. Here we go. Back to this. Alchemized is on here. I really want to read that, but I don't own it yet. Shield of Sparrows. Enchantra is on here. I read Phantasma last month and liked it. Onyx Storm I read. The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy I read. Oh boy. Okay, Silver Elite. I haven't even hauled it yet, guys. I hauled it in November. Here it is on my to haul cart. Okay, we'll be reading this. Maybe. If I can complete my crazy challenge. The Wrath of the Fallen. Number 4. I don't love when like the 4th, 5th, higher than that number of series is on this list, but okay. Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross is like a prequel to the Letters of Enchantment duology. I don't know if I want to read that. Our Vicious Oaths, never heard of, and The Night and the Moth I've heard of, but okay. Wow, interesting. So I've read 1, 2, 3 of them. My vote is definitely for Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, but I don't feel like that should be on this list. I don't know. I don't know. And we added 1. Well, we added 2, but will I read this? Likely not. Okay. Next, we've got fantasy. I don't think I'll have read any of these. The Sirens, no. Red City, no. Catabasis, no, or however you say it. A Drop of Corruption, no. King Sorrow by Joe Hill, never even heard of it. Joe Abercrombie is not really an author that tickles my fancy. Watermoon, no. Of course, Brandon Sanderson is here. Raven Scholar, no. Brigands and Bread Knives, no. Is that even out? I feel like that like literally came out. Or is coming out tomorrow on the Tuesday that this... Okay, I don't know. That's weird. Hemlock and Silver, no. T. Kingfisher is another author I've never read from. The Everlasting by Alexi Harrow. Oh boy. I didn't expect this one. I'm grabbing for it. This one. That's another huge book that we're putting on my little challenge TBR. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. It's on here for fantasy. Okay, I think that's like a vampire book, but okay. Alchemy of Secrets, no. Thief of Night, no. Incandescent, no. The Strength of the Few, when did that come out? I'm just clicking on this quick. It's not even published. It comes out tomorrow. I know that the awards are like, you can vote until early December or whatever, so it's fine. Like, people will have the chance to read it, but I thought that, I don't know what I thought. I don't know how Goodreads comes up with these nominees. It's a silly popularity contest. Of Resistance of Witches, no. The Society of Unknown Objects, never even heard of that. And A River Has Roots, no. So, I haven't read any, and the only one I have on my shelves is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Okay, science fiction. This is going to be a silly category. I will scroll through. I've heard of the Nutty Okorafor. Oh. We're also grabbing The Compound. Book of the month. You made me do it. I didn't realize that this was sci-fi. I mean, I know it's kind of like world-ending kind of stuff. I got it more so for the reality TV show part of it, but you know, I did want to read my Book of the Month books before the end of the year, so thanks, Goodreads, you're helping me do it. The Poppy Fields is on my radar by Nikki Ehrlich, but I want to read The Measure first. The Merge I've kind of heard about. I think I got that one on Libro FM as a e-arc. The other ones, no, never heard of. So interesting. We've got The Compound added to my pile here. This pile is looking large. Horror. Okay, I know I said it about sci-fi, but horror, I will have nothing. I guarantee I will have nothing. Quickly, sure, Grady Hendrix. Sure, Isabel Cañas. Yeah, the Stephen Graham Jones. I just hear about these from other YouTubers. Like, I've heard about the Silvia Moreno Garcia, the Bunny book. Yeah, I hated Bunny, so sorry, not gonna read that one. I've heard about the Ling Ling Huang, heard about Rachel Harrison, but none of those are ones that I want to read, nor have I read them. Okay, debut. This could be something. I don't know. The Merge, The Correspondent, Junie, The Eights, When the Tides Held the Moon, Home-Seeking, Witch's Orchard, The Resistance of Witches, Woodworking, Dominion, Aftertaste, The Bright Years. Holy moly! Book of the month. Finding Grace. This is, I mean, that's to be expected. Book of the month are the books that that's the only way I buy new releases, basically. So it makes sense. This is Loretta Rothschild's first book, I guess. So she's on here for debut. It's going on the stack. The Irish Goodbye, never heard of it. A Family Matter, never heard of it. Lilac People, Original Daughter. The Names is the one I've heard of. I feel like that's pretty big. It was a Jenna, Read with Jenna pick. Loved One, no. And Alchemized is on here. Way to go, Alchemized. I really do want to read that one, but I don't own it. So, reader's favorite audiobook. So they kept the audiobook category. I'll be curious to see if I've read any of these, but also if I've listened to any. I do want to read the Let Them Theory, but I don't own it. I'm very interested in hearing Mel Robbins's take on that. No thank you to the Bryn Weaver. Kamala Harris, she reads her own book, 107 Days. I would like to read that one, but I don't own it. Yeah, this new Pride and Prejudice recording I've heard is good. Atmosphere I did listen to, so it was good. It was good. I don't think it was like immaculate, but it was fine. Onyx Storm. Okay. Fine. My Friends, I listened to some of that, but I mostly read it with my eyeballs, and I don't feel like that was like super amazingly well done either. It was just like a male narrator. I don't know. Great Big Beautiful Life. I listened to, I think, and it was fine. Again, I don't feel like any of these are like holy moly amazing audiobooks. Alchemized is interesting that it's on here, because this was a fan fiction that's been traditionally published and rewritten because you can't, use those characters and whatever. But that has to be a long audiobook. And I did actually listen to Manacled, so interesting. The new Harry Potter one, okay. Broken Country, okay. Interesting. So, oops. Low battery. The only ones not only, but the ones I've listened to are Great Big Beautiful Life, My Friends, and Atmosphere. I'll probably just vote for My Friends because I love Frederick Bachman so much. Okay. And none are on my TBR because I don't own any of these audiobooks. Young adult fantasy and sci-fi. I've said it before. And I'll say it again. I don't think I have any of these on my shelf. Let's see. Okay. Seriously, we're putting every single book of the month book I own on this. This is Immortal Consequences by L.V. Marie. Can you see it? I got it for these edges, and now this stack is really shaping up. Sunrise on the Reaping is on here. I'll probably vote for that one. I love Sunrise on the Reaping. The newest Hunger Games. Probably the last Hunger Games, if we're honest. All of the others. Nope. That's it with that. Yeah, don't have much more to say. I will be likely voting for Sunrise on the Reaping unless I get this one done before the first vote. And I'd maybe vote for it. I don't know. Okay, next. Young adult fiction. Young adult, I've said this over and over again, is really not my favorite right now because I'm just out of that era. I didn't realize there was another They Both Die at the End. This Dungeons and Drama, I knew that one was on the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees last year, or at least the first one was, so makes sense that it's here. Lynn Painter is always on here. Oh, Tia Williams has a young adult. Okay. E. Lockhart's new book. Yeah, that makes sense. And Jennifer Lynn Barnes. She's always on here. Hi, dogs. The dogs think I'm talking to them because there's nobody else in the house besides my sleeping kids. So, of course, they'd think I'd be talking to them, but I'm not. Okay. Yeah, nothing here. I haven't even read any of them, so I will not be voting in the young adult fiction. Next up, nonfiction. I don't think I've read any. Looking at my book of the month shelf, there's only one, and that was from last year, so that won't be on here. But yeah, the Let Them theory is on here. I've barely even heard. Oh, Mary Roach has a new one. Replaceable You. Adventures in Human Anatomy. Mary Roach really intrigues me with her books and her topics that she covers. But I haven't read any of these. The only one, well, a couple I may be interested in. The John Green, Everything is Tuberculosis, and The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Maybe the Mary Roach, but that's not high on my priority list. Okay, next, memoir. I can't remember if I've read any memoirs this year. Okay. I've heard good things about The House of My Mother. Nate Bargatze, I would love to read that, but I don't own it. I should buy it for my husband, though. That's a mental note. Good Christmas present idea. Nobody's Girl. One of my patrons, Kathy, just talked about that one. She really is enjoying it. 107 Days is on here. Semi Well Adjusted I've heard about by Alison Stoner. I've heard about the Elizabeth Gilbert, but I don't think I want to read it. So I don't own any of these, nor do I really want to read them. Okay, Willie's just getting home and the dogs are barking, of course, but we must push through. Next is History and Biography. I don't think I've read any of these. Scott Anderson, Rebecca Romney, Lydia Reeder, Jill Laporte. I've never heard of these people or these books. The Zorg? That's interesting. Barking dogs. No. I've never even seen any of these. So, we will skip this category. Wait, is that it? Is that it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 categories. Isn't there usually more? Maybe not, and maybe I'm just going crazy. I know that a while ago they got rid of the middle grade. They used to have like a cookbook one or something, but okay. So nothing really crazy with changes in the categories. Those were all here last year. I remember when they added Romantasy 2 years ago. That was nuts. But nothing has changed. They kept audiobook, which was newly added last year. So yeah, okay. Nothing too surprising. I'm going to stop this recording. I don't think anything too surprising. The one that really threw me off was A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping being in Romantasy. That was an odd one. But now I have to show you my challenge for the next month when voting closes and they actually announce the winners for all of these. Here it is. How many books is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 books that I own, that I haven't read, that have been nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards. In all reality, I won't read the ones that are series. So we're just going to take those out because I haven't read the ones that I'm supposed to have read, you know what I'm saying? So then that brings us down to 7 books, which is maybe more manageable, and maybe I can do that. We've got Immortal Consequences by L.V. Marie. That was for YA fantasy. Finding Grace by Loretta Rothschild. That was in the debut novel category. The Compound was in sci-fi by Aisling Rawle. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab was in fantasy. I did not think I'd have any fantasy. Silver Elite was in Romantasy by Danny Francis. The Tenant by Frida McFadden was in mystery, thriller, and Wild Dark Shore was in the fiction category. So we have a wide variety of genres represented, and we'll see if I can get these done by the time I need to vote and see if I'd vote for any of them. Let me know if you have seen the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees and what you thought of them. Were you surprised by anything? Do you have strong winners in any of the categories that you would like to chat about? If yes, put it down in the comments and I would love to have some conversation with you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!